Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the SESF community meeting and briefing, Helldivers and loyal citizens. It is June 27th, 2185. Happy to have everybody here. We will be covering quite a few things. I know that there will be quite a bit of text on the screen. Don't worry, we will have all of this available afterward for those that have questions. This meeting is issued from our secure location on Fort Sanctuary. Maze fires are still smoldering, yet democracy grants us even this luxury of rest. June has become a month of rebuilding. What the enemy tried to tear down, we will bring back. Today's briefing will cover the status of our fronts, intelligence updates from the ministries, and community mobilization plans and some special recognitions potentially. You are here not just to listen, but to shape the course of this next month and the future. Now, we hold the line at Fort Sanctuary, we will honor the fallen, and we will prepare to liberate the future. For democracy, for Super Earth, let the June community meeting commence with Liberty's blessings. All right, Helldivers. Fort Sanctuary remains the beating heart of SESF operations. And it is this home that we are okay, I'm seeing if there's technical issues. Can't load the stream as well. Please verify. I will verify on mine. All right, one moment. We're having technical difficulties. Let me just see if I can. All right, give that a try. Transmission is clear. Fantastic, fantastic. All right, I'll just give a second to verify that everybody is up to date. Things are going. Can I get one more all clear? All right. All right. We got a couple of all clears. This meeting is recorded, so there will be a chance to see things if you didn't catch it. All right, moving on. Now, Fort Sanctuary is our beating heart. As you can tell, we've been carving it out of the rock and stone with your supplies over this last month. We've had 3 field missions that have shaped the reconstruction project. This is going to be the first part of what we're going to cover here. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, post-salvage, some of you may be aware that just after the destruction of the base on Mars, a hush-hush sortie was asked of our senior Helldivers. That was all of the highest ranks that people have earned using the Warlog system. Now, those teams did a wonderful job. Now, there was only a couple of people who participated with that, and they posted up in ministry job reports. So shout out to Yogi Sky, a Phantom, for providing some extra base supplies to get us started. From there, we got 20 tons of structural steel to get things going. And then from there, we moved on to a larger operation once we were sure that the Illuminate threat was pushed back. The Nouveau structure project had us focusing on more E710. We realized that we got the materials that we needed, but we couldn't properly transport them. It got us out of the ground, but we really needed to build a bit more. So as the Terminal Menace was marked out for high command targets, we took that opportunity to also net us some 9,000 liters of E710 and fuel some drop ships that ferried engineers, cranes, prefabs, everything that we needed. Now, by the middle of our month, we were lucky enough that the power grid was ready for more. It's currently located under the statue in the middle. And if you want to participate more with the construction, your brigade commanders and supporters of the SESF, the boosters, gain access to a command channel to which they can vote on these things. All right. Now we're on to just a couple of weeks ago, or not even that, a couple days ago, we had Operation Mandatory Hope. Now this gave us construction materials to be able to build a perimeter wall. This was the first thing on the requested list that people had voted on. I'm happy to report that all of these foundations are poured. These are armored frames that you see in the pictures here. They are not currently filled in. We have not completed that operation. We have not gathered enough materials. That operation will be resuming once we're completed. All right, we'll give you a little preview of what's been going on, just to show you guys what we've been working on. As you can tell, we started out with basically nothing, and we've been working up since then. If I'm a little bit quiet, I apologize. Now you can see it's been many days, many nights. Over the past couple of weeks we've been working on this. You can see the supplies that we've gained, pelicans that we've been working on. And you can see we've had minimal hands on deck to be able to build this, so the progress has been quite slow. We will need to get more people, more general contractors and civilians on deck to be able to build more. I'd say that probably the hardest part of this construction project is that we can barely see with just some of the gates and such. All right, that's basically where we're at. There's quite a lot more to do. All right. Yes, there is currently a heavy lack of anti-air and other things. We have not gathered the supplies available to be able to bring that in. So far, we just have the walls in the main base. If you're wanting to see anti-air or specific facilities added, please talk to your brigade commanders or SESF boosters and supporters so that we can add certain items to it. You may also see the camera views and certain things evolve over time as we get better supplies for that as well. The liaison, the outer fleet works directly. Who's a liaison for the outer fleet? The outer fleet works directly with the SESF staff, so you can think of them not really having a brigade. They just participate with all of the brigades. I would say that the main liaison for that would probably just be the Ministry of Defense representative here. All right. So just to cover the current operation as well, this isn't quite up to date. I know that KTL released more updated numbers, but you are probably all aware of the operational briefing for Save the Children. We highly recommend that everybody participate in that operation. We do whatever we can for that, all right? Obviously, this is participating not just from us, but in high command. As of this time right now, there is less than 24 hours left for the auction to donate to save lives. We are collecting samples to which we will donate as well. And there's obviously high command memorabilia participating for that. I believe last I heard they just passed $50,000 in donations, which is absolutely amazing. That's definitely beating what was provided last year. But again, I think we were matching what High Command could provide. So I want to thank everybody who's participated in that. You'll see certain rewards and commendations from us here for participating in that. We think it's really awesome. Last I saw as well, there's not just 45 registered clans, there's something like 51 registered clans and communities participating in this. That does include a few of us and some of the brigades as well, but don't let those numbers scare you. In total, I think we're looking at over 5,000 people, individual people participating at least. And I'm sure that there's probably more that have donated. Okay. All right. Now, we would usually shoot this over to the Ministry of Defense representative. I don't think, General Tyrannus, I don't think you're going to be talking for this. Is that right? I don't believe you're going to be talking over this day. Just to verify.
Excuse me. I'm just here just to show support at least.
Okay, no
I
worries.
did not prepare a report. I've been very busy moving here and there in the south. I'm
Yeah.
afraid I have no report. My report is not ready. I did not file it in time.
All right. I figured, and then you didn't think you were caught up with it. Thank you very much. There's no need to worry. I'll just cover this. Usually we would switch out with our fleet admiral, but he's unavailable at the moment. Please check personal and stage volume. All right. I guess before we move on, I will double check our volume options here.
I must just say though that I do hear you fine. I don't know. Maybe perhaps some people do have some problems. I don't know.
Okay, and you can hear our music in the background. Is that right?
Yeah, am I listening correctly? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's not very loud on purpose, but all right, fantastic. Okay. Not quite sure what exactly is going on with that, so we will move forward. Again, there's not much to stress about here. This is being live recorded, and if we do screw it up, which has happened in previous months, we'll attempt to do a fresh recording and at least a releasing of this PDF. Okay. So, moving on to the General Galactic War. Now, I would say that the wider war has definitely lurched rather than roared back after the attack on Super Earth. Largest operational updates are to enemy types, locations, with the squids being, for the first time, actually holding ground, and new hazards in the field. I'm sure you guys have all seen how much is going on. This is the current stats as of a few hours ago, I believe. You can tell by the amount of red that we are losing quite a lot. I think that this has to do with recruitment numbers, which we will attempt to address in the future. But the hope, as I see it, is us gaining more equipment, unfortunately, to be able to make up for a lack of Helldivers. All right, on the Illuminate front, obviously we have many sectors that have been lost. We have almost lost as many sectors to the squids, and many planets as the squids, as we have gained in the other sectors. There's really not much I know that we all personally can do, but we need to remember to target them and to drag people around to these planets. We can't let them sleep again. If we allow them to just build up and build up and build up, they'll be back at Super Earth and we'll be back fighting them on a home ground. We can't allow that to happen. Now, Helldivers have been fighting block to block to keep planetary defenses active, and I would commend all that work. We hope to see advances from the tech that we have gathered from their destruction. So keep an eye out for that. We're working actively for that. All right. We all know that the June pattern this month is shifting raids to full-scale landings. They have been attacking strategically on power relays and street level ambushes. Obviously, many cities. So we want to just keep the pressure on as much as possible. We have gathered quite a lot of materials from all the other fronts, but we do expect that we will unfortunately continue to lose on this front unless something particularly changes and we push towards a single objective. All right. Now onto the automaton front. You can see there really hasn't been a major change on the automaton front. We've gained and lost a few sectors. We have continued to hold strategic points. That's a congratulations to everybody. We, however, obviously are fighting these new enemies on that front. And I think people are flocking to that, which is great because we're fighting them. I'm personally a bit frustrated. I felt like we were supposed to hold some of these strategic planets to keep them from building the jet brigade back, and unfortunately they managed to do it anyway. I'm not quite sure what the point of these strategic planets are unless we're gaining something in particular from them anymore. But if we can push them back, perhaps they won't have enough resources to try to do it again, or it'll take even longer. All right. High Command has told us to be wary of a new automaton push that we expect mid-July, based on the current major order. Again, expect further mobility upgrades if bot R&D holds. I don't think that there's much to say here other than thank you everybody who's been fighting on that front and keeping them further and further from Super Earth. I do not want to see the Jet Brigade on Super Earth. I don't think anybody wants to see that. I think it would be absolutely terrible. So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep taking them down. Be aware of what the other fronts are going to end up doing. Our Ministry of Defense representatives will continue to keep in touch and give us a strategic reasoning to keep going. Obviously, we have just one planet to take to release one of these sectors, and we continue to hold those strategic points. So congrats on that this month. Moving forward onto the Terminid front, we are gaining ground in many sectors on the Terminid front. We have pushed back so many planets. It would be, if we were back to where we were 6 months ago and we had made this kind of ground, we would be surrounded in the gloom at this point. We've done a great job on the Terminid front. New mutations recorded in June are mostly around armor stats, specifically around the larger mutated city nests and those mega shrieker nests. Now, we classify this front as mostly contained but persistent. We've netted quite a lot of E710, but we still really need to push back and capture the hole around the Meridia Singularity. Rumors are from Ministry of Science and other sources that if we can push back them further enough, we can start creating something on those barrier planets so that if the squids decide to come back through the Meridia Singularity, we can have something waiting for them. Without that foothold, we will not have that, and they could just push right back to Super Earth if they want. We've got to be very wary of that. We've got to be very wary of what they're doing on the planets to be able to generate more and more troops. Last thing I want to see is multiple squid fronts attacking us at the same time. So just be aware of that and what's coming up. Thank you all for participating in the gathering of supplies as well. We are going to need more chitin armor from dead Terminids. They are really high in metal, and we'll be using that for the reconstruction of Fort Sanctuary. So just keep aware of that as well. All right. Total over the warfront. The Trifront is feeling a bit like a gridlock. We're 60% or so of the galaxy feels like it's been taken over. Automaton incursions remain a threat. Illuminate raids generate the most headline drama, as we have seen. They've definitely taken many of those planets. The Terminids will always grind away in the background. We have to keep a check on those mutations, make sure that we're keeping the Ministry of Science up to date. For every planet that we've liberated from the bugs and bots, the squids seem to have taken another. We must not sleep again on them again. All right. I think that's pretty clear. You can see from the map how much we have lost despite our gains. We are very close to taking, 3-4 sectors? Two in the Terminids, one in the automatons, and one on the Illuminate front. So be aware of that. When we control the sector, we get those interconnected supply lines, and those support our troops and how much SEAF troops can help us. So please be aware of that moving forward. All right, we're going to be moving on to the Ministry of Science representative. Neon, you available?
Yes, I am. Hi.
All right.
This is Representative Neon speaking for the Ministry of Science. Sadly, this month hasn't been kind to us either, and we have yet to reach our pre-invasion of Super Earth levels of readiness, and the numbers of both active projects and field reports we receive have drastically decreased. While we're still working on new ideas for some kind of recruitment drive for the Ministry of Science, the Ministry of Science is highly encouraging every single one of you to keep your eyes and ears open all the time and report anything and everything you find that you think we might find interesting to us. The more data we have, the more interesting things we can figure out, and we'll take any data. It doesn't matter if it's fresh data or just repeats. If we get more shots and new angles of
Apologies there. It seems that we have had a technical crash.
encryption, we sadly have not seen any updates yet. We still think that with the current amount of examples we have, we won't be able to crack the language, sadly. So keep your eyes out, especially for that. If you find any new Illuminate texts in the wild, absolutely contact us. With that, I can only encourage you again to reach out if you think the Ministry of Science can benefit from your personal involvement. And we literally take any information you can give us. Back to you, Ramses, for some field report.
Thank you. Apologies for that, Neon. There was a small crash in between, but most of it was caught. I'm sure people were listening as well. Only about 3 seconds or so was missed. All right, I'll be breaking down some of the science that's been available. If you guys are curious and want to participate and add more to the Ministry of Science, like he was saying, you just need to go down to the Ministry terminal. You can see the science chat and the research labs. We are missing quite a lot of data. Unfortunately, we have a lot of very enthusiastic people who want to share what they do, and I guess it's not getting shared around enough, so it's heading to Helmet Cam more. But if you have new things you want to talk about, things that you find, we know that there's been quite a lot of Illuminate structures, such like that. We do have the research labs open for that. We will decode and use that information. For those that weren't aware as well, we also took some of the Ministry of Science research and some of the work done from our Ministry of Defense and presented several documents to High Command requesting that we push forward in through the wormhole and try to attack where the squids were coming from, potentially, making sure that we are attacking their home base rather than just what's in our galaxy as well. However, we have heard that there may be other plans, so just keep abreast. But that's what those things mean, is that we gather those things and then we can present them as things move forward, and it keeps you guys abreast of everything going on. All right. All right. We saw the Force of Law Warbond come in. It is quite the palate cleanser. We have noticed general use of everything inside of it. Great feedback from everybody. I don't believe that there's anything that's a particular downside. The only thing is that the canine guard dog drone that spits lightning has obviously caused more than a few friendly fire casualties. But those things happen in war. Don't let that discourage you from using that. From there, we have seen the automaton jetpack variants. Now, obviously, we've seen quite a lot from the Hulks jumping, everything else. We may see more advancements on that front. We don't want to see more. So if you guys see something, say something. Right now, the current tactics is just to bring something that's a really heavy pen and hit them straight on. Unfortunately, they do seem to be dodging 500 kilogram bombs and other such weapons. So please be very aware of what's going on there, okay? The exploding hooks can be shot in the air and will land on you if you are not prepared, and they will flank you if you're not paying attention. All right. So I think they're mostly taking out high ground campers, so be very aware. All right. June, again, saw the Illuminate cities. These facilities are theorized to be what's creating the voteless, but we are unsure if these pods are holding humans, if they're batteries, if they're cloning themselves in order to make more troops. Not really sure. We would like more theories within the Ministry of Science as to what is going on. However, it does mean that we are fighting block by block, sector by sector once again. It's very nice to have the SEAF troops along with us, but we want you to be very wary. Obviously, the Force of Law Warbond has been fantastic along the Illuminate front. There's not much I would change that on that front. Please keep cover, keep moving, and report more information along that front. Leviathans, we've all seen them adapting and changing. New tech is allowing Helldivers to have a trimmed Leviathan aggression radius. This has been fantastic. It led to some other issues where the stealth technology that we had was preventing us from seeing other important locations on our maps. It seems that we've adjusted our own radar equipment to make sure that that's been fixed. Fair warning, with any of the Leviathans, I believe you can still get instant vaporized, but it seems that most everybody is dropping in and finding a lot more success when it comes to the Leviathans. We see quite a lot of just the three main uses. We covered this last month as well, just to hit it up again. Recoilless rifle, and the anti-tank, I think is quite effective for these. I don't know if there's much more to say about it, but if you guys have particular feedback, there is the feedback bunker to provide more information on what's going on, whether you think that there's a particular change or something that's broken, and we can get that to high command for them to see. All right. Unfortunately, we lack some images this time for the Mega Shrieker Nest. There is a post open in the science channels for it, but we do need to invest more squads and heavier ordnance to take out the Mega Shrieker Nest. Now, I'm talking about the Shrieker Nests that are built into the skyscrapers within the cities. You are probably aware about how to attack those and best to attack those. Be aware that we're expecting other variants from that and that we may see more mutations. It seems like that area is getting the most mutations from the Terminids. Larger nests have been theorized to provide larger eggs and potentially larger shriekers. So if you guys are seeing particular things like bigger eggs and other such mutations, please report them to the Ministry of Science as soon as you can. We need to make sure that we cull and verify that everybody knows that those are out there to be able to narrow down their numbers potentially coming up. All right, I think that's about it for the Ministry of Science. This is usually where I would take back over as well anyway. I generally run are the representative for the Ministry of Prosperity here. This is just going to cover some of the community progress and some of the updates that we have. The SESF base, as everybody knows, is under construction. We were going to build that out. We expect general participation. Brigades will be requested with specific tasks. If they're, I keep trying to, I guess, bounce around this idea, but if there is a specific building or something that a brigade might like, they could put forward the idea to the command council, and we could work directly on that, and you could see that reflected on the base. We hope to work on many different ways for you guys to be able to see exactly the effects of what you're doing. Yes, anti-air, I see Chaos talking about it. I believe that's already a project pending. They just have to vote on what they're going to end up doing next. We are working in tiers, so there are initial things that need to work on before we move forward into other tiers. You know, it would suck to have anti-air if we didn't have the people to reload them. Those kinds of things. So expect materials and personnel requests, all sorts of things like that. All right, we're reaching the end. We do this once a month. I think it's important to kind of tell everybody, okay? This is your PSA this month. Respect is the minimum standard here and is non-negotiable, right? We ask everybody to treat everybody with some basic dignity. Everybody is owed some basic dignity. Quite literally, if you do not believe or do not think every person is owed some basic dignity, we do not want you here. It seems like a weird thing to say, and you say, what could it be? Like, who could do that? But it's quite clear that we have to talk about it. We will not respect those who do not respect others. Respecting those who refuse to respect others is not being nice, it's surrendering the space. We do not want to be a place for that. Over the past month, I and others in the SESF leadership have cut ties with a few outside groups and nudged others out of our airlock because they chose to be safe harbors for or participated in harassment, slurs, or backchannel sabotage. We have rules, but some have called our stance anti-free speech. But to be clear, we will not give safe harbor to hate. All right? As I see it, when you're a server owner, you run a stream, you join a squad lobby, and you let hate slide, you're co-signing to it. So don't do that. If you see it, you need to say something. Now I have just a few bullets here. Humor stops being funny the second it starts singling people out. All right? If a teammate has crossed the line, we expect you to correct them on the spot. And if they double down, you can ping us or hit the block button or get out of there. All right. We also expect that if you, this is a hard thing because we understand that it's not always possible or it feels weird, but we ask that you bring receipts when you can. If you are in a position where somebody is saying something and it's he said, she said, it's very, very hard. Now, we will take all things seriously. We will review fast and then act. But accusations without proof burn a lot of staff cycles. It's quite hard to figure it out. But we will act. Now, for those that may feel that they get pinged wrong or something else, or you're getting a chat too, it's okay. We don't hold on to the logs for the whole life of the server. Okay, we try not to pull things out from the way past. We understand that people can change. We can understand when something is said wrong and it wasn't meant that way, or context was strange, or whatever. But fresh offenses will reset the lock, or reset the clock on that. The quote that we've gotten is, I've changed. That is proven by contact and not by declarations like that. Okay. Now, everybody, I think, kind of understands some of this. We ask that you follow it. You enforce it where you can. That doesn't mean attacking people. It does mean just saying, hey, that wasn't very nice. Please knock that off. And if they continue, tell us, get out of there, whatever you need to do. We will take care of it. All right. We need to help keep this place worth being in. Okay. I'm pretty sure everybody can kind of wrap their head around that. I'm talking about it now because there is somewhat of a fallacy about everybody has that kind of dignity, but you lose dignity when you don't respect people. And we don't want to have the fallacy of where we're respecting people who don't respect us. Okay. All right. We're wrapping up to the very end here. Thank you everybody for being here. There will be a recording and we will put it out. June has reminded us that the defenses are never glamorous. Hauling scrap, pouring concrete, refueling drop ships is important, but without that grind, no helldiver would ever reach the front line. All right. Rest when you can, rally when you must, and remember, managed democracy survives precisely because we rebuild faster than any tyranny can break us down. I am being reminded that I should let you all know that we do have the SESF server tag, and that you will get cool names, cool, I don't know what they call that, gradients to your names based on certain ranks and stuff. Everybody is available to have the SESF server tag. We are thankful to have it. That comes directly from everybody boosting the server. Again, those people who boost and those who are commanders of units and have become official are a part of a command council chamber area that they can chat with, that they can vote on what we will be working on next for the base. We're always looking to connect with other communities as well. Just because we're self-promoting ourselves here doesn't mean we don't want to hear from you. We have the recruitment area, everything else like that. We try to work with everybody else. And so expect more of that as we connect around. We believe a rising tide raises all ships. So we just need to raise the tide a little bit of everybody being here. All right. I don't know if there's anything else to double check, but before we continually close out, does anybody have any particular questions about what's going on in the server? Anything that they would like to address? Anything that I haven't brought up or talked about? I'll give a second here. Speaking of hydrating, yes, I need to drink some water. Thank you to our fear members for that. For guys there with own division, coordinate with the main group. I'm not sure what you mean by own division. We have the recruitment center. If you're not official and you want to participate with the general events, that's totally fine. We have rules in the FAQ area. That's a specific channel where we've tried to write out most of what's available for what it means to become official and participate there. But if you think you're going to be coordinating with other things or would like our help, or you just want to know what's going on and whether we're going to be able to help you with a specific task, we've had people ask, or your own Discord groups. Yeah, just open a ticket and let us know what's going on, and we'll let you know whether we have something else going on or not. That's the best way. That's just the staff tickets up at the top. That's probably the easiest way. We'd like to coordinate. We'd like to work with other groups. We all know that it's a lot of effort to be able to set up operations and run them. The main things that we ask is that you have a official start time and an end time to whatever operation that you want us to participate in. And we can tell you whether we're available to be able to do that or shout that out to the other communities. We do like to do that. Well, I do want to see more of our own units and brigades do more of that as well. Yeah, see, quite simple. I think any other questions? I was thinking that might be the last of it. As I bounce around. Right, exactly. All right, for Super Earth, this is General Ramses of the SESF. Thank you all for participating here, and we will see you all later. I'm going to have this recording out for just a little bit longer, and we can take questions in any other channels that you would like to chat in. Thank you all for your time, and thank you all for being part of the SESF.
Helldivers to Hellpods. Repeat, Helldivers to Hellpods.